Have you ever wanted to talk to God correctly, but you were not sure how? I will share 3 ways on how to pray to God correctly. 1 John 5:14-15. This is the confidence which we have before him, that if we ask anything according to his will, he hears us. And if we know that he hears us in whatever we ask, we know that we have the requests which we have asked from him. So basically, if it's in line with God's will, then you're going to receive it. And so that's just directly clear, is knowing what the will of God is. And the way that you can know the will of God is to reading the Word of God, to reading the Bible, that's like, he just spells it out very clearly, what he wants and what his standards are and what his will is in the Word. So it's not a mystical thing. It's not something you gotta like understand with piecing together whatever. It's just, it's clear in the Word of God. You just gotta look in the Word of God. That's how you know. So you can pray to God correctly by praying to him based off of his word. There's a verse in the Bible about love. There's a verse in the Bible about being bold. There's a verse in the Bible about stewarding money well. Then whatever you see in the Word of God, pray to God based off of that. And then that's how you're going to be able to pray to God correctly. And when you pray to him correctly based off his word, then he will hear you and he will give you whatever you ask, because you're asking it based off what he wants. And when you ask based off what he wants, then he's going to give it to you, because that's what his standards are. Hit the like button if you enjoyed that tip. Tip 2, 1 Thessalonians 5:16 says to pray without ceasing. So, if you, really in any situation that you want, that's how to pray to God correctly, is to pray without ceasing. So don't hold back, is another way to say that. So, really whatever you're thinking about, just pray to God about that. That's how you can do it correctly. So if you're going to the bathroom and you're you're having a little bit of trouble, a little bit of congestion down there, then you get talking to God about that. You can really talk to him about anything. And a secret hack is to pray to God whenever you go to the bathroom. Every time you're on the toilet, that's just you can be automatic. Every time I sit down, I'm gonna pray to God. And there you go. Subscribe for more videos on prayer. Tip 3, James 4:2 says, you desire and do not have, so you kill. You covet, but you cannot get what you want, so you quarrel and fight. You do not have because you do not ask God. Then in James 4:3 it says this, when you ask, you do not receive, because you ask with wrong motives, that you may spend what you get on your pleasures. So basically, if you ask God for money and you're thinking about, oh, I want money because I want to buy a new coat, even though you have a really good coat. Maybe you don't have coat and you're you literally physically need to be warm outside. That's God cares about poor. He cares about the needy. So if that's you right now, then just know that he cares about you. But if you're someone like me who has been blessed in a lot of different ways, and I'll just admit that I've been blessed in a lot of ways for sure, and I don't need a coat, so I'm not expecting that God is gonna give me money for a coat when I ask him. But if I ask him God, help me to be able to make money and help me to be able to work a job so I can make money, so I can be able to feed my future family, then that's different than me asking just I need money for myself, because that's gonna put a cap on your prayers. There's gonna be a limit. You're not gonna be able to get what you want if you're asking with the wrong motive. So ask God to purify your heart and really examine your heart when you come to God and be am I praying for myself, or am I praying for others? And really, that's another way to pray correctly, is by doing it for others and not yourself.